Hey there guys, I am the Sixth Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. So just a very quick one today because whilst GW haven't shown off any new rules or abilities or anything like that, we have had a somewhat eventful day. Coming off the Sunday previews yesterday, we had the official announcement that coming up for pre-order next weekend is the new Chaos vs Eldar box, Eldritch Omens, with all of those gorgeous new Aeldari kits, the Shroud Runners, the Rangers and the Autarch, and facing up against them the much improved Warpsmith, his 5 favoured Chosen, and the terrifying Mauler Fiend to back them up. But alongside the Sunday preview from yesterday, today we have had a couple of articles not only showing off some of the sprues from the new box, and in a very welcome surprise confirming that there will be a lot more customization available in them than I think any of us expected. There is a load of different war gear and weapon options for the Autarch, and even the Warpsmith has access to either an axe or a maul to put atop his stave. And then on the troops front, the Rangers and the Shroud Runners all apparently have a huge variety of weapons available to them, as well as a variety of poses for each model. And of course, not to be outdone by the filthy Eldar, the Chaos Chosen are equally well equipped, with not only a helmeted or unhelmeted option for each, but also a selection of bolters and chainswords, or even things like lightning claws, power fists and combi weapons, with at least 2 of each of the plasma, melter or flamer weapon parts visible in the sprue that's on the screen now. So these guys really should be every bit as customizable as the Chosen that we know and love from the current codex. So the box is looking pretty good. It's not perfect by any means, and I do think that at the rumoured price of around £125, it may be a bit pricey for some people for relatively so few models. And yes, while they are all new and shiny and also include the big old classic Forge Fiend, I do still think it seems like a lot of money for what you get. With some quick napkin maths, we can estimate the Autarch and the Warpsmith at being around £20 to £25, the Rangers and the Chosen both being worth £30 each, and then the jet bikes being around £35 and the Forge Fiend is currently £45, which gives us a total of around about £180 to £190. So you are saving roughly £65 on this, which is definitely not a terrible deal. It's roughly the same 30 to 35% that we see on the combat patrols, but I do personally feel it's not quite as amazing as some of the other boxes that we've seen previously from GW. And maybe it's just because I'm an Orc player, but I always think back to boxes like the Beast Snagger box and just think about how much you got in there and how great the sculpts were in there. And this one does just, it kind of pales a little bit in comparison to things like that box. What they also showed us today is another article where they showed off the full Eldar Codex. And the cover art is, again, it's okay, I guess. It's better than the Black Templars and the Custodes cover for sure, but it's not super inspiring in my opinion. They seem to be trying to show off a little bit of everything with all the aspects and the Warlock and the Guardians or whatever, rather than just focusing on one super cool centerpiece for the artwork. Which, I mean, is fine for a faction like Eldar who have so much stuff, but it just makes it a lot less striking as a cover, in my opinion. We do also finally get confirmation that this codex is Codex Aeldari and comes with the rules to not only run the Craft World Eldar, but also the Harlequins and the Ynnari forces as well, bringing them together into a huge 200-page tome, which is now, I believe, the second biggest in the game after the Space Marines. It is a brilliant bit of news for Eldar players and really will give you a huge amount more option and customization for your army when you are putting together an Aeldari list. But then on top of that, what is probably the most exciting bit of news from all of the articles today, in my opinion, with the box set coming and the Eldar Codex coming soon after that, you would think that maybe the Chaos Codex was next up in line, and, well, you would be wrong, because in a straight out of left field announcement, the next codex coming for 40k is the endless, hungering shadow of the Tyranids. And that is right, Codex Tyranids has been confirmed as the next 40k codex. Presumably coming in the March slot, leaving Chaos for an April release. That does mean that we aren't going to have to wait long at all before we can see all of the amazing new rules, abilities, and fingers crossed maybe even models that the hive mind has been growing since the last codex release. And for me personally, Tyranids are one of the factions that I love the absolute most in the entire game, so this has got me incredibly excited. But what do you think about the Eldritch Omens box? Is it worth getting, or is it going to be too expensive, do you think? And also, what do you make of the Tyranids being the next codex out of the block? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.